But it's certainly real. It's using an energy field and what we probably would say is electrogravitic. And whether it is a purely extraterrestrial origin or a mix of an ancient human extraterrestrial development.
For months, the world has been obsessed and terrified by one question. What is the Buga Sphere? Where did it come from? A perfect metallic orb fell from the night sky over Colombia without a trace of heat or impact. No fire trail, no crater, no burn marks. As if gravity itself had simply stepped aside. Every expert who examined it walked away baffled. It was lighter than metal should ever be, yet impossibly strong. No advanced tool could tear it open. No heat could melt it. It behaved as if it were indestructible, and every 47 seconds it released a faint pulse, a heartbeat that made its weight shift, as if the sphere itself were breathing. But this isn't the first time something like it has appeared. Back in the 1970s, another metallic sphere, the Buga Sphere, was discovered in Florida. It moved on its own, reacted to sound, and defied every mechanical explanation. For decades, scientists dismissed it as legend, until now. Because the new object from Colombia isn't just similar, it's nearly identical from outside. Same flawless metal, same hollow core, same impossible behavior. That's when Dr. Stephen Greer, known for his long-standing research into unidentified aerial phenomena, stepped in. His team carefully extracted a fragment of translucent resin sealed inside the Buga Sphere. Metals cannot be dated, but organic material can, and that resin offered the only clue to its age. The samples were sent to the University of Georgia's Center for Applied Isotope Studies, one of the most advanced radiocarbon labs in the world. The results stunned everyone. Both the Buga Sphere and the long-forgotten Buga Sphere shared the same signature, the same internal patterns, and the same terrifying truth. They were both ancient, 12,500 years old. That date placed their creation at the very end of the last ice age. During the Younger Dryas, when glaciers still covered half the northern hemisphere, and humanity was believed to be nothing more than scattered hunter-gatherers with stone tools. Yet this object was engineered from a seamless metallic alloy, containing microscopic optical fibers and active electromagnetic systems that still function today. So what does that mean? Were these devices remnants of an advanced civilization erased by the floods that ended the Ice Age? Or are they something even older, technology not born on Earth at all? Dr. Greer believes he finally found the proof that will answer all the questions, and what he revealed would shake the very foundations of human history and the very human existence. When the scientific community first examined the sphere, the discovery divided experts almost immediately. Some researchers viewed it as evidence of a civilization erased from history, an age that ended when the ice melted and the oceans rose. They imagined a people who mastered metallurgy, magnetic energy, maybe even flight, thousands of years before Egypt or Sumer existed. According to this view, the Buga Sphere was a survivor from that world, a fragment of technology designed to outlast catastrophe. They pointed to geological evidence that around 12,900 years ago, the planet was thrown into chaos. The ice sheets broke apart, sea levels surged more than 100 meters, and violent floods tore across continents. Whole landscapes vanished. If a civilization had lived along the coast, their cities would now lie buried beneath the ocean floor. That would explain why no physical traces of such an advanced culture have ever been found. Even the great flood legends shared across continents suddenly seemed connected. Tales of fire from the heavens, a world drowned in water, and gods who descended to restore what was lost. Myths that once sounded symbolic now read like distant memories of a catastrophe real enough to wipe out history itself. But researchers like Graham Hancock and Dr. Stephen Greer insist the sphere's existence defies even the most generous interpretations of ancient ingenuity. Its construction isn't just advanced, it's beyond the reach of human capability. Every property of the Buga Sphere contradicts any known laws of physics. The metal itself doesn't match any known alloy or meteorite composition. The alloy doesn't oxidize, it doesn't rot, pit, or corrode, even when exposed to acids or salt water. Its internal bonding suggests atomic stability far beyond known periodic thresholds. Spectrometer analysis shows the sphere's metal wasn't smelted or mined, but assembled atom by atom in a zero-gravity vacuum. kind of precision would require energy control at the molecular level, something even our most advanced labs can't fully replicate. It isn't forged, it's grown from atomic level. Then there's the density. Despite appearing metallic, it weighs less than 4 kilograms, far lighter than any comparable Earth metal, yet it resists all force, from cutting to laser ablation. No tool can open it, no method can dent it. During testing, its weight shifted slightly in sync with its own electromagnetic pulse, sometimes lighter, sometimes heavier, as if it were altering its own mass. The structure behaves like a hybrid of metal and plasma, both solid and reactive. When exposed to heat, it absorbs energy without increasing in temperature, almost as if converting thermal input into something else, possibly electromagnetic charge. Greer himself believed it wasn't human at all. He suggested it might be an ancient probe, an autonomous device sent either by extraterrestrial intelligence or by a civilization that predated us by tens of thousands of years. To support that claim, he pointed to strange similarities in the ancient record. Throughout history, cultures separated by oceans described shining spheres that came from the sky. In Sumerian texts, the gods were said to descend in orbs of Anu. Egyptian priests wrote of the tears of Ra falling from the heavens during the Great Flood. In the Andes, pre-Incan stone carvings depict circular objects surrounded by waves of energy. Aboriginal cave art in Australia shows glowing globes hovering above groups of people. Even the Vedic sculptures from India describe chariots guided by radiant spheres. Each account, centuries apart, portrayed the same thing: luminous metallic orbs that appeared during times of catastrophe. If those were true eyewitness depictions, then the Buga Sphere wasn't the first of its kind. It might be one of many objects that appear across different epochs whenever the planet undergoes major change. That possibility connects it directly to another mystery, the Betz Sphere. In 1974, the Betz family of Florida found a gleaming metal orb in the ashes of a brush fire on Fort George Island. It was about 8 inches wide, perfectly smooth, and unnervingly heavy for its size. At first, they thought it was an old cannonball, until it started to move on its own. The family reported that when they placed it on the floor, it rolled with purpose, changing direction, avoiding obstacles, even returning to the person who pushed it. When music played, it vibrated in rhythm, humming faintly as if responding. Their dog growled at it and refused to go near. Soon the story made headlines. Scientists from the US Navy and aerospace firms arrived to study it. X-rays revealed a hollow interior, a shell impossibly dense and seamless, with 3 spherical objects moving inside as though part of a mechanism, but no seam, no power source, and no explanation. The Navy concluded it was man-made, but couldn't say by whom or why. Then the sphere vanished into private hands, and the mystery faded. After Greer's report went public, more tests were conducted and it proved his claim. Around its equator, 31 microscopic holes were arranged in a mathematically perfect ring. Inside each one was a translucent amber resin binding microscopic metallic thread. Under laser testing, those filaments transmitted light like fiber optics, except they weren't made of glass or polymer, and they had been molded seamlessly inside solid metal. That should be impossible even with modern technology. The interior didn't appear solid. It contained chambers, some hollow, others filled with gas or plasma-like material that moved in slow, wave-like motion. Sensitive microphones picked up a low hum emitting from within, repeating every 47 seconds. The same cycle as the electromagnetic pulse detected outside. The engravings etched across its surface began to draw attention next. They weren't random scratches. Under polarized light, symbols appeared, spirals, intersecting circles, and sequences that matched mathematical constants like the Fibonacci ratio and prime number spacing. Some physicists speculated they could be coordinates, equations, or even antenna arrays meant for transmitting information. And when mapped digitally, those markings formed constellations that didn't match Earth's current night sky, but corresponded perfectly to stellar positions as they appeared roughly 12,000 years ago. Beneath those markings, the sphere's composition grew even stranger when fragments of the surface were analyzed under an electron microscope, scientists found that its isotope signature didn't match Earth's natural metals. In fact, it didn't match anything within the solar system. Its atomic weight ratios were slightly offset, consistent with formation under different stellar conditions. That discovery alone ignited whispers among physicists that the Buga Sphere might not be ancient, it might be extraterrestrial. Tomographic scans revealed a dense, spiral-like structure in the core, rotating slightly when exposed to magnetic field. It looked like a gyroscope, self-stabilizing, self-balancing, and perfectly centered. No human-made device could have achieved that kind of internal harmony without moving parts. What shocked engineers most was how the material responded to the environment. The sphere subtly synchronized with Earth's magnetic field. Its pulses changed with the planet's natural frequencies, matching the Schumann resonances, those faint electromagnetic tones that encircle the Earth. It was almost as if the sphere was listening, tuning itself to the planet. Some scientists noticed that during certain geomagnetic storms, the pulses grew stronger. Others claimed to have detected similar frequencies coming from distant locations across the globe, raising the possibility that the Buga Sphere might not be alone, that there could be others buried or hidden, communicating with one another through the Earth itself. Tests to open it failed completely. Every tool, every laser, every chemical approach left it untouched. The material refused to melt, crack, or deform, as though it were responding intelligently, preserving whatever secret lay inside. And that secret, many now believe, could be something more than just technology. It could be memory, an archive left behind by beings who knew their world was ending. But in 2025 September, some whisper another possibility. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb argued the Buga Sphere isn't just a relic, it's a fragment of something far larger, part of the system known as 3i Atlas. In that theory, the orb is not static, it's on its way back. He argues that the sphere functions like a beacon or satellite in a grander network. The pulses it emits, the geometric code etched upon it, the way it aligns with Earth's magnetic field, all suggests it's communicating, waiting for connection. The idea is chilling but coherent. 3i Atlas sent those orbs across the globe millennia ago, and the Buga Sphere is merely the first to awaken, as 3i Atlas is coming close to Earth. In this view, the sphere wasn't discovered, it was called. The timing of its re-emergence might not be coincidental. Powerful magnetic anomalies, solar storms, and shifts in Earth's field could be triggering the sphere's return mode. If so, the full instrument, or mothership, may be coming to reclaim it, or to re-establish contact. If that happens, everything we believe about alien presence, ancient civilization, and humanity's place in the cosmos will change forever. So what do you think? Is the Buga Sphere a relic of a lost Ice Age civilization, or a fragment of something not from this world? Maybe even part of the 3i Atlas itself, finally coming home? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm generally curious which theory you believe, and if you want to follow where this mystery goes next, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. The story isn't over yet.